My name is Jeff Parks. I'm the co-founder and co-managing partner of Riverwood Capital.
Let's start with the basics. What is Riverwood Capital?
Riverwood Capital is a growth stage private equity firm focused on mid-market technology companies.
What kinds of weird things you invest in?
I suppose weird is in the eye of the beholder at some level, right? I think most of our companies are probably less well known in the sense that they typically are B2B focused software companies, enterprise software companies. Of course, in our line of work, one invests in lots and lots of things, perhaps, outside of their professional realm, and certainly some of that may veer into the weird.
Okay, to anything you want to call out on your personal investments?
I'm an investor in an ostrich farm.
Like ostrich, like killing them for meat and eating them? Yeah. Oh, little ostriches?
Same as one would eat other foods.
How's that going?
I think it's going well, but it's early.
Okay.
It's actually a very compelling product in the sense that it's actually much more sustainable, environmentally friendly, healthier than other red meats. It's, I think, early in the consumer adoption phase.
Yeah, I would say so. If you look at your trajectory as an investor, whether you want to start with the genesis of Riverwood or go further back, what time period would you say was the most disruptive?
In terms of technology, I'm a kind of crossover generation person, so I grew up in a world without email, without cell phones, but my entire professional career has been one where we're all electronically connected. I think that chasm that was crossed in the late 90s, early 2000s was probably the biggest technology shift in my lifetime.
I also grew up offline and came online. Right. Remember those days, and I'm very much looking forward to being a little old lady that talks about what life was like before the
Right.
internet.
Oh,
That'll
yeah.
be our old person stories.
My kids can't even believe it. It's unimaginable to them.
Do you think we're living through weird times?
Definitely. Very weird.
Is there any tech that weirds you out? And I can go first. I'm still weirded out by Siri and the voice assistants.
I don't think that enough people have internalized the idea that if you don't pay for the product, you are the product. Okay, so Google, all these things that are free, they're monetizing you. You could be talking about, hey, I think we need to get new candles for the kitchen, and 5 seconds later, your Facebook feed is showing you ads for candles.
So you think
you
they're
didn't
listening?
search for candle? Oh, they're listening.
That's awesome.
Right?
I mean, it's not awesome, it's horrible.
I think it's weird. I think it has profound implications, actually.
Flipping that question, have you had any experiences with tech that felt magical? Where you're like, wow, I'm in a sci-fi movie.
I think the pandemic had a bit of that, which is, wow, I can't believe how much can get done without in person, without travel, right?
What do you remember about life before the internet?
How hard it was to get information, right? You had to go to the library, you had to get an encyclopedia. It was a journey to answer a question that now can be answered in 5 seconds. It took me 6 full days to discover the results of a very important wrestling match that I wanted to know when I was about 11 years old.
Who won?
The Macho Man, Randy Savage.
That's who you were rooting for?
And that's who I wanted to win.
What's one problem you think that tech should have solved by now?
A vast myriad of healthcare problems. Everything from the hard science of healthcare to the cost and administrative delivery of healthcare. So many of these issues are classic technology software problems that remain unsolved today.
Any innovation you hope to see before you die?
The time to move yourself has gotten worse in our lifetimes. Planes are generally actually slower. They can go faster, but we've gotten rid of supersonic. You can't fly supersonic. Traffic is much worse. The infrastructure in most cities is built 50, 60 years ago for the populations of 50, 60 years ago. That's a huge cost, cost of time, cost of society, cost of time with your kids, time to work out, whatever that downtime you're spending in traffic could be spent doing. They had flying cars in the Jetsons. I think the Jetsons took place like right now or something, right?
Yeah.
So
we'll get flying cars and then we'll have traffic in the sky.
Yeah, well, you got 3D, so it gives you a lot more room.